What's up everybody, welcome back to another Zombies video. Today I'm talking about, obviously, COD Zombies as a whole in general, and I'm going to talk about what went right and what went wrong in Cold War Zombies in the last year and a bit, and also briefly touch up on Vanguard, because I feel like it's worth discussing at the very least, at least to the necessary degree, as much as I'm willing to without wanting to kill myself thinking about it. It's no secret at this point that I love COD Zombies. I live and breathe that stuff, and COD Zombies may well be, and I probably still stand by this, the best third game mode of any video game to ever come out in the history of the world ever, and no one can take that away from me. But it's also no secret that I haven't paid much attention to their latest game, Cold War Zombies, and do you want to know why? Well, there are a couple reasons, and I thought I'd go through them with you today. In addition, also explain why I haven't bought Vanguard and why I haven't played it yet, and why I refuse to give Activision money for a game of that standard. So yes, let's get into it and talk about COD Zombies. If you count up the total playtime that I have on Cold War as a whole, you'd probably be able to add it up to under 10 hours in the entire lifespan of the game and how much I've played it, which is actually mad considering how many hours and days and weeks and months consistently I burnt into predecessors of Cold War. So like Black Ops 2, 3, Black Ops 1, World at War, even Advanced Warfare, and a bit of World War II Zombies to a degree, and some of these other zombie modes that, you know, came before Cold War. So why is Cold War a game that I've neglected playing, despite obviously having a game mode that I've loved since the age of 12? Well, the short answer is it's not my cup of tea. At least Zombies now has evolved into something that I don't really recognise anymore as the Zombies I fell in love with. The Zombies I fell in love with is the Mob of the Deads, the Origins, the Go Rod Crovies, the Shadows of Evil, and those maps aren't coming out anymore for COD Zombies. Instead, we're getting Firebase Z's and Mauer de Totens and Outbreaks, and I'm just and fucking Duron Fongs as well, and I'm just like, I don't care about these maps really, not in the way that I used to care about Zombies. When Cold War Zombies dropped, the formula for Call of Duty Zombies as we knew it had been shaken up. For better or for worse, that's not for me to decide. In my own personal preference, it's not my thing, really. It's not really the thing that I recognise, as I've said. Obviously, this formula had been shaken up before in, obviously, the form of Black Ops 4 Zombies, but in a more minute way than Cold War did. I feel like Cold War changed a lot of the mode that I loved and replaced it with more safe things that would appeal to the mass audience rather than the die-hard zombie fans. At least that's how I see it personally. And that's not a fault on Treyarch's part. They've got to sell their game, otherwise they're not going to be able to make more. So obviously I can't really fault them for doing what they did in Cold War. But I can't sit here and pretend that Cold War and Vanguard and whatever comes after is still the game mode that I fell in love with 8 years ago, you know? And what I'm about to say isn't a fault of Treyarch's or the devs in particular. This is more a fault on Activision's part with the year life cycle that COD Zombies has now, where you can't let a game breathe after you've made it. It feels like Activision are touching up their employees rather than the game that they made. Anyway, bad jokes aside, I feel like the company that made the game mode that I've loved so much, their heart hasn't been into the project for years now, and I feel like it's time for me to mentally check out of the COD zombie cycle and break the cycle. I've got to stop endorsing these games and buying these games just because it holds the title of a once great, powerful, amazing game mode that held so much weight and meant so much to so many people at one point, and now it's just a husk of what it used to be. All this obviously is my own opinion. If you love Vanguard Zombies, I can question you, but I can't fault you for it. So there you go. Speaking of Vanguard Zombies, the big question is, why haven't I bought this game and why aren't I playing it on my channel? Well, because it seems that the few things that Cold War did right with Zombies, they completely undid with Vanguard. Like, I didn't love the HUD that we got in Cold War Zombies, but it was better than Black Ops 4, and it feels like they've just made the HUD even worse in Vanguard. Somehow they made the HUD worse than Black Ops 4, which is insane to me. And also it feels like the movement system and the progression system and the weapons and the point system and everything that Cold War did right you know, in improving the game mode, like obviously, like technically speaking, not substantially speaking, I don't even know what I'm fucking saying, but basically Cold War did a few things right, and it feels like Vanguard undid all of those good deeds that this game did. But anyway, I made a video just like this just about over a year ago saying how Cold War needs to succeed, otherwise we'll see the death of zombies. And we're in this weird spot now where we ask the question, did Cold War succeed, or did it fail in what it was meant to do? Did it fail in saving the COD Zombies franchise? Well, it definitely didn't kill it, that's for damn sure. Cold War was a what's the word I could use for Cold War Zombies? It was a serviceable new addition to the franchise, and I did find some enjoyment in the game, in the fleeting moments that I was actually able to get in a game without my computer crashing trying to play it. But it feels like a lot of the things that made zombies great in previous games is kind of absent in Cold War. The maps don't seem as colourful and ripe with like features that you can spend hours and hours trying to unlock, and also the wonder weapons don't seem as whimsical and as fun to use as they have done in previous years. And above all else, it doesn't have this system like gobblegums or elixirs that can give you a reason to come back and collect or just, you know, rank up or whatever. It doesn't feel like this game incentivizes replay value as much as games like Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 2 or even Black Ops 4 to a degree, I say through gritted teeth. But the sad truth is that at least right now, Vanguard Zombies absolutely sucks, and it's a shame that Treyarch was ripped away from making Cold War Zombies to work on that piece of garbage instead. I feel like if they focused all their efforts on one Zombies mode at a time, we could have got a great game mode from Zombies in Cold War, but instead we got, at least in my opinion, it was mediocre. Maybe slightly above average, I feel like. There are worse Zombies modes than Cold War. I'd definitely take Cold War over, I think, all of the non-Treyarch Zombies, but it's probably at the bottom of the totem pole of the Treyarch Zombies games, maybe contending with Black Ops 4. I feel like Cold War did do a lot of things better than Black Ops 4. But, yes. By the way that Activision as a company is looking at the moment, it doesn't seem like we're ever going to get a Zombies game mode as good as Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3. Those are probably my two favourite video games of all time, contending with Minecraft. And it just feels like we're never going to get a game that puts so much passion and love into making a game mode that amazing. So, but it's nothing to be sad about that we won't get another Black Ops 3 or another Black Ops 2. We just need to be thankful that we got a game like that, you know? We are lucky as hell that we managed to have so many years of great maps coming out. And I'm going to be playing those games till the day I die. Those games will forever be close to my heart, near and dear. This mode as a whole, I feel like. But I feel like this franchise is at a stage where it has so many entries, like with so many maps ranging from god tier all the way to absolute dumpster fires. I feel like the actual fan base as a whole can pick and choose which maps they want to play and which ones they want to completely discard as not even canon to the history of the universe and pretending it doesn't exist, which is completely fair. Burger Town is a prime example. Infection. I forgot that's the actual name of that map. Or The Tortured Path, or like Duron Fon, or Firebase Sea. I feel like these bad maps obviously put a stain on the franchise, but we're at a point where the franchise has so much history to it that it is, it's bound to have a few slip-ups, but at the end of the day, we still have a lot of hot classics to the franchise's name. Origins, Mob of the Dead, as I said, Buried, Moon, Call of the Dead, Shadows of Evil, Der Eisendrache, Go Rod Crovey, 9, Ancient Evil, Classified. I feel like we've gotten our share of greats as a game mode, and I feel like we should be proud of that. I don't know whether this will mark the end of COD Zombies as a whole, but it is definitely marking the end of my COD Zombies. I feel like, as cheesy as that sounds, I feel like I said, this isn't the game mode I fell in love with, and it's time for me to, leave my hat at the door and head out and go back and play the maps I love, like I say, Shadows of Evil, Go Rod Crovey, Origins. You get the idea. That isn't to say we won't get amazing third game modes in the future from different companies, from different game franchise. There's this bloody company called Deviation Games, which has a lot of the same devs and executives that worked on Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2, the best parts of the zombies mode we love. So with any luck, that company might create a game as good, if not better, than COD Zombies as a whole. Maybe they'll give COD Zombies its own fucking game for once, because I feel like that could only be a good thing. That's not to say I haven't had fun on Cold War Zombies. I had a lot of fun, as I've said, in games that I've played, but the fact that I have so little playtime is partially because the maps don't stand out to me, besides maybe Forsaken and a tiny bit of D Machine, but the others are just like, I don't really care that much. But also, obviously, the game isn't really optimized that well, at least for my computer, so the amount of fun that I'll get on the game is the amount of luck that I'll have getting into a match, you know, in and of itself. So yeah, as for me playing Dead Ops Arcade on Cold War, it's you'll get a video of me trying that out when the game runs for me, so don't expect it anytime soon, but hopefully I'll get around to doing it soon. But it's not on the top of my to-do list, let's just say that. But yeah. So with that said, here is my comprehensive analysis and review of Cold War Zombies as a collective game mode finished product thingy-mabobber.
Didn't get my Transit remake. Fuck you. 1 out of 10.
Oh, by the way, the reason the footage you're getting in this video is Origins Chronicles footage and not, you know, footage from Cold War, the subject matter of this video primarily, well, it's because I couldn't really be asked to play the game for the backing footage to record this audio over, and I suppose that the proof is in the pudding there, to be honest, as to my enjoyment factor of the game versus, you know, games that came before it. But yeah, there you go. This will definitely not be the last video where I'll be talking about COD Zombies to this length. I absolutely love this game mode, and I never will shut up about talking about it and how great it was. But I do feel like this will be the last time you'll hear me talking about Vanguard, and maybe the last time you'll hear me talking about Cold War Zombies, at least for a little while. But the early years of this game mode made my childhood, and I'll forever be grateful to Treyarch for that. So that's me signing off for now. If you disagreed with anything I said, then fuck you. Go play that fucking theatre map for all I care, you pieces of shit. Obviously, I'm just joking. I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and yeah, I guess I'll just see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.